Welcome back to the channel Gadgets for Gentlemen. My name is Lawrence and today we have a very special guest. Well, actually two very special guests. We have my father Jean and we have his beautiful Rhodesian Ridgeback Moses. So a big round of applause for my guests. Earlier we were talking about how your grandfather was working in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and during his work, just in the beginning of the Second World War, the German Air Force bombarded this city, and you did not experience the war, but you grew up just after the war in the 50s. So I'm very curious,
coincidence,
how you grew up with that war from your parents and grandparents, those absolutely. Memories, and now 3 years ago you moved to Germany.
Life
so
has its
tell
jokes.
us how that journey worked for you.
Well, life has its little jokes on you, and some years ago I met this lady, and she worked as a surgeon in, she still works as a surgeon in Wiesbaden in Germany. And
this is near Frankfurt. So
we live now in
west.
Bayern.
Oh, the Wiesbaden?
Yeah.
Wiesbaden is near Frankfurt.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely.
So in the west part of
Germany. And when I met this lady, I thought we met on the beach because of Lawrence. He invited me to come and have a beer with him. He had a holiday job. And me and Moshe, we went on a Sunday to the beach. And we never arrived at Lawrence. Because Moshe was 5 minutes on the beach, and he saw this enormous German dog, and they went playing, and with this enormous dog was a very small Chinese lady, my wife now. And we started to discuss things with another, like your dog, my dog, they have a good time coming here after, they never, funny thing, me neither. And we spent all day together, and in the evening I brought her to her car, and German plates.
German license plate,
Tell me how come. Well, she finished her studies and a promotion in PhD in Germany, and just stayed in Germany. And we got ourselves into a relation, and I had to decide, shall I go to Germany or is she coming back to the Netherlands? But she couldn't find a suitable job in the Netherlands. It's too far specialized. So she couldn't find the patients in there in the Netherlands, and in Germany, a lot of patients. So I decided, after a very long period of thinking, because of this history, what will I find in Germany? And I'm so glad I made this step, because like you can't be held responsible for the mistakes I've made in my life, so the Germans of my age, or the children in Germany, can't be held responsible for the mistakes their parents, grandparents have made. And this inner journey.
Yeah, and I would add to that, even people that made mistakes, we should take into consideration
the time frame,
all the elements.
Yeah, true.
I think a lot of people after the war, they had these very negative connotations about the former enemies. Yeah. But I think time, it heals wounds, and I think it's very important also to take into consideration that on all sides of conflicts, even to this day, young boys are being drafted to stand for something. And,
true. Which they might not even believe in.
Exactly. Yeah. So, sorry for that interruption. But
no.
I would say, on my personal note, that I have sympathy or understanding for all people.
Yeah.
And you were saying how you moved to Germany.
Yeah.
And how that moved yourself.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
I'll give it a try. Everyone has this prejudice against other people. And regarding my own history and the history of my grandparents, I was quite negative about German people, never giving them a chance. Living in Germany, or well, my wife and me, we're for 6 years together now. I've been quite often to Germany. She came to me every weekend. She came to the Netherlands, where I went to Wiesbaden. And I had to adjust my mental statement about the German people, especially the younger generation who have absolutely nothing to do with the Second World War. Yep. So this inner journey I have to make, I have to watch, like my grandfather said, into the mirror and concentrate and think. And this thinking has brought me to the conclusion, you can't be responsible for my mistakes. So, would I be given the chance, I would prefer to live in Australia or New Zealand or even in the Netherlands, but it has quite a lesson for me to judge the people of what they do now and not in the past and not in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hearing here some Martin Luther King to judge someone by the contents of their hearts.
Yeah, true.
To look at their actions.
Yeah.
And also what they say, I think, is also important. But mostly actions and mostly their actions and not the actions of their parents and uncles. And
words are cheap. Action matters.
Yeah.
And the action I see in my environment, in the very small village I live in Bayern, people are really there to help one another. And I think that's very important in life, being friends with your neighbors and helping out other people if you can.
Yeah, and I think that also perfectly ties into the thing that I want to do here on YouTube, is to develop these themes of what it takes to be a gentleman, and gadgets that serve you in that goal that you achieve.
Okay.
So
I won't elaborate on that.
I think there's some lessons to be learned here of looking within and respecting people around you.
Yeah, that's very true, and I would like to emphasize again, words are cheap. It's all about the action you take, or not, of course.
Yeah.
You speak so much louder than words.
Yeah. So you were talking about how you moved to Germany.
Yeah.
And how you might want to move to other places.
Yeah.
But I think core in all of this is to understand yourself and where you come from.
Yeah, history is quite important. I think it's the inner compass that will guide you to try to be a good person. It not always brings happiness, but it helps you. Look at Oma, your grandmother. She didn't have an easy life, but she always tried to help other people. And for you as her grandchildren, they were everything for her. And she, I think she deserves a place in heaven because of the person she has been. Not without faults, of course. Everybody has faults and nasty habits and that sort of thing. But deep down in core, she was a very good person, a kind person who always ready to help other persons, other people. And the world would be such a more beautiful and better place, and everybody would take this attitude. So
that's some deep philosophy.
Deep thoughts in the sunset.
Yeah, from watches to dogs to family history to moving. It's all part of life.
Outlook on life, yes, quite important. I think a true gentleman is a person who is honest to himself and honest to his environment and stands up if something is wrong.
Exactly, and it's a rare thing these days when what I see, and I don't want to be negative, but we live in a very fast culture where we always want to have the latest.
Yeah.
We always want quick wins, and we don't usually take in the time to work for things, to let things grow. For example, getting in shape, for example, it does not happen overnight.
Nope.
I watched these videos of David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL, and that kind of mentality to have a vision and achieve it by putting in the work, and not only for yourself but for the people around you.
Yeah,
it's a rare thing. And what I also see in these stories, I think for a gentleman, his sole concern is not just himself.
No, absolutely.
But
I agree.
The gentleman is always to be found in a context.
Yeah.
Of a family, of a group.
I agree. And I think one of the most important lessons, if I may say so, is take the time to live. Don't run after all these useless things. Go for the priceless things. And the priceless things are cheap. You can't buy them. You're given them. No, you will be given them. Well.
Yeah, I need to think about that one. How I see it is you can only buy a thing if you have the right to buy it. See, I like these expensive watches, but I would only like them if I can buy them without thinking a split second.
Yeah.
I don't want them if that means sacrificing parts of who you are.
True.
And being able to take care of other people, and so on and so forth. So I think these watches, for one example, they can make your life a little bit more joyful because you wear something
beautiful things, of course, paintings,
and they remind you of achievements. But they should never make who you are.
Exactly. Wise words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can go on for hours, but we will spare you that.
We're hungry.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, we have something in planned. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming over.
You're welcome. And, I'm proud to be invited. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm happy you dive into this. If you go back to Germany, you'll be famous.
Moos, listen up. If you go back to Germany, we'll be famous, boy. Yeah.
Well, if everyone's going to like this video and share it, of course. But but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to having you here back soon. And we might see my dad again and Moos.
Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, we won't see the Panerai again because it will go back to my dad's wife.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for lending out this beautiful watch to me and trusting me with such a beautiful piece. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to having you here soon.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.